I dream of a day when bruisers that are fed will be as scary as any other class that's fed. Even tanks, I feel, are scarier. Because, like, a fed tank is like, oh, I'm a fed tank, you know, take no damage. Fed bruiser, it's like, oh, okay, he'll be normal. He'll deal average damage here. Oh, boy. You know what's funny? The guys who always complain that bruisers build the same way. Bruisers used to have the most diverse itemization in the game. They haven't had an item update for 5 years. You're saying Fed Riven is scary? Okay, let's think about that for a second. Fed Riven is scary? How about Fed Kiana? Fed Syndra? But she runs up and one-shots you. Fed Kiana triple gap closers into an AoE stun. Kills 2 people with her AoEs. Fed Katarina presses Q, E's to the dagger, you're dead. Oh, you say, I guess I'm just dead from that. Bruisers aren't comparable to mages. No shit, dude. That's the fucking point, isn't it? They're not comparable to mages at all. There's a clip of Tyler 1 getting Q'd by Darius and ultied and he died from full. Yes, that happens. Let's think about this for a second. A fed Darius that needs to get 5 bleeds, then walk up to you, then hit a Q, which is a 0.75 second cast time. Versus a Syndra that W's a ball onto you, E's it, then presses Q, and you're dead. No setup, you're just dead. From full. Fed Jax. So not only is Jax way the fuck weaker than any of these champions, Fed Jax can run into a team and be tanky. Fed other champions just kill everybody. Like, it just feels like everyone else is scaling, and then you have bruisers, and you buy these big fucking expensive bruiser items, and it never really feels like you've built these big expensive bruiser items. Mages with giant items, you feel it. Bruisers with big items, you don't really notice it. Like, it just shouldn't be that I can play Aatrox, get my Black Cleaver, get my Death Stance, and it doesn't feel like I've built anything. Triforce feels really big when you get our most Triforce champions. That's true, but that's one item, and it's the most expensive item in the game. I mean, the impact Triforce has feels similar to about the impact like Archangels has for 500 more gold. Zerix gives a shield and AD. Phantom Dancer gives attack speed, a shield, crit, movement speed, 600 gold less. It's like a tax. It's like a bruiser tax. All your items are just more expensive. Okay, let's put it this way. The weakest champions of other classes in the late game are like comparable to the strongest bruisers. Everyone always says, oh, what about Jax though? Hashinshin don't you know about Jax? One bruiser. Compare the strongest of other classes to the strongest bruisers, and it's fucking ridiculous. Compare Azir or Vayne or Kog'Maw or any of these late game champions to Jax. He gets blown. It's not even fucking comparable. If I'm playing Jax and it's late game Azir, I can literally die in his fucking ult knockup. Well, maybe not that far. I'll probably be half health with no Sterex by the end of it. Yeah, Vladimir late game literally just presses W while holding an E, chunks 2/3 your AD carry's health bar away, has the ult over your team, presses Q on your AD carry. The ult doesn't even pop for damage. I didn't have bone plating this time too. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Just dived that hard. I'm eating turret shots the whole way. Do I die here or not? Yep, I do. Oh, they both missed, so I don't die. Okay. I know, says Shyvana. I mean, Aurelia's just gonna kill me at this stage. It's a counter pick. The dude got jungle camp. I'm way the fuck behind. And he went executioners, which is funny. Not really funny, though. Did Aurelia get the assist? Yeah, she did. Oh, Shyvana found top lane. I don't know why Aurelia is even pretending that she has to play safe. They just key to that canyon and just ran into me. Just ram it into me. You know my jungler's not coming top. Okay. It's not just ganking that he doesn't want to do. He just doesn't do anything. I mean, the only reason we're winning is because this ASOL somehow pulled off the 1v2. Oh, that sucks. Well, at least we're possibly gonna get a soul, question mark? I don't know how mentally you can, like, AFK farm the jungle and do nothing, and, like, pretend to yourself that you're doing something at all to win. It would be like if I played mid lane, never roamed, never rotated, never left the lane, and then whined all game, like, oh, why is everyone losing? What's going on? What's happening? Like, it's a Shiv, isn't that expected? Yeah, but Shyvana can actually gank, is the thing. Not great ganks, sure, but she can counter gank, she can run in and do damage. Like, there's things that champion can do. She doesn't literally have to go AFK. This A-Soul is straight up winning the game, in my opinion. Watch the Shyvana take credit for this now. Oh my god, yeah. The problem isn't that you're fed. No one said that. No one said, like, wow, you shouldn't be fed. The problem is you got fed at the expense of everyone else. I'm lagging out. Oh, that's like the fucking wacky ass echo particles going on. Wait, why didn't they W pull her? Ooh, aren't you clever, Bard, you bitch. Actually, Ellie was coughing and sneezing, and she had said something about visiting China recently. It'll probably be okay though, Twitch chat. She said, no, you fucking don't, Echo. I will murder you. Oh my fucking god, the Shyvana! Oh my god! And the fact I did most damage? It's not ADCs being broken, it's the top lane, the garbage roll. If top lane was better, then AD carries would be better. Because then they could go top lane, win, and dominate the game harder. Like, do you guys not realize, if you guys never heard like a Rioter talk about this issue, you know one of the biggest reasons they haven't just made top lane a more impactful role straight up? Because they don't want to buff AD carries. Yeah, they're trying to find ways to make top lane more impactful that doesn't just buff Vayne. Because in the current situation, in the current stance of the lane, buffing top lane will just buff Vayne, buff Lucian, buff Tristana, buff Quinn. Imagine winning top lane means more. How in any way does that buff bruisers? Stop and actually think about that. We want the winning top laner to be more impactful. Stop and think about that. How would that buff bruisers? I don't think tanks top will ever make a comeback so long as shit like Vayne exists. What do you suggest then? Nerf press the attack on range characters. Think about it this way. If I'm trying to play a tank, what's to stop the opposing team from just going Vayne? The only champion who can really overcome that flaw is Ornn. And that's only because Ornn gets so many free stats, so much free damage, so much free gold to his teammates. Why is it a big issue for them to just buff top and flat nerf every ranged abuser? The issue right now is threefold. Number one, range beats bruisers early game. Number two, bruisers don't scale very well. And number three, bruisers don't have an objective role on your team. You generally want an AD carry because they've got hella DPS. You generally want a mage. They've got hella damage, hella roam, hella early game. You generally want a support because there has to be a support. What role does a bruiser have? Like what do bruisers do for your team that you want on your team?